Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Hey, Facebook. All right, great. Let me let's get here with it. Beautiful. I love my love. Okay, can you guys all see me, hear me? Yay. Again, I want to know where you all are tuning in from, more importantly, because that's very important for me. What city? I was like, what is this? What city are you guys all tuning in from today? Put the city on here, please. And if it's your first time, please make sure to put on here. Hello, Marisol. How are you? Beautiful. Put that it's your first time. I'm going to turn on the light a little bit more. I want to make sure. All right, give me 1 second while I turn on my light, okay? All right, everybody. Wealthy Wednesdays. La Puente in the house. Woo-hoo. The life of a businesswoman. Cables everywhere to make sure that I don't run out of juice. La Puente in the house. Okay, great. I always talk about those that it's your first time. If it's not your first time, put, oh, hello. Great, wonderful. Thank you. I hope it's not your last time. I actually want to know who is not a first timer here. I also want to know that because maybe I haven't seen that you are not a first timer. Maybe you're like, oh, I've been on here forever. Lupita, how are you? Oh, hey, somebody knows each other. I love it. I love it. Welcome. Okay, I have no idea why Facebook always takes forever to let me know that someone's on here. So Facebook, get with it. Come on. All right. I absolutely love jumping on. I'm just connecting all my cables to make sure we don't run out of juice because that's how we live. Juice, adapters, connections, todo eso. That's why I deal with numbers. That's so much easier than technology for me. Wow. Oh, yay. I'm so glad that you love Wealthy Wednesdays. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you very, very much. I actually love Wealthy Wednesdays too. I get really excited about them. So let's get started. I want to make sure that we are. That's interesting. All right, can you guys see me, hear me? So Sanchez, it keeps asking me on my phone, like as if I've never done this before, if I can trust this. Can you guys see me? Instagram, can you guys see me okay? Just want to make sure because it keeps asking me some weird questions. Instagram, we're good? Home Depot, La Mirada. Hey, get it, girl. I love it. Angelica La Torre, hello. Veronica, what's up? All right. And Anid LG. So, oh, okay. So Maria, I'm assuming that's your name. Wonderful. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So Ruben Gonzalez, hello. Thank you. Great. So again, post if it's your first time. If it's not your first time, say, you know, I'm committed or something like that. That would be great. So welcome to Wealthy Wednesdays. My name is Eva Macias. We have been hosting Wealthy Wednesdays for about 3 years. And the goal behind Wealthy Wednesdays is for you to be able to ask questions and watching from Rev. Yay! You are live streaming at Rev Winery. I love it. If you haven't gone to go check them out, go check them out. They're in Covina. So Wealthy Wednesdays was created for you by you, as I send on my emails. And the intention and the goal behind it is some people, in people asking questions, other people can learn from it, right? And sometimes it's examples, and sometimes it's just looking at life from a different perspective. So I don't have children. Remo and I do not have kids, at least not yet. But our goal when we do have children is to actually make it creative for them to put money away, right? So today's Wealthy Wednesday tip is really guided towards the parents, and I'm going to tell you why. For those that don't know, my office is in the city of Whittier, so if you're in the local areas, I have an office in Whittier. If you are wondering how much my consultations are, they are a free consultation. Yes, people still do free consultations. You are more than welcome to go online and make an appointment on evamacias.com and click contact, click book an appointment, and my schedule there is set up so that you guys can make an appointment with me, okay? So I want to put that out there. I also want you to know that it is really important for you to come in and know if we're suitable for one another. And the reason why is you may have some really risky, high tolerance for high risk. Your financials may be able to represent the fact that they can sustain some high risk investments. I'm not that person to talk to, okay? So that's why it's so important to build a relationship with you, and why it's so important for you to come and meet with me. If you're like, I have a question, I wonder how much she is, I'm letting you know I give free consultations. Second, in return is you may be my client, you may not, okay? And third is, what would it look like? My clients had just left here. They came in to take care of one thing. They walked out with so much more knowledge, and they're like, we don't even want that. We want all this. Great, because it's education. The goal is to provide education so that this way you can make a better educated guess. I cannot predict the future, okay? I cannot predict your habits, but I can at least help you look at life from a different perspective. So if you want to make an appointment, I've already given you the information, evamacias.com, and you can go ahead and make an appointment, okay? So thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's get back to the Wealthy Wednesday tip of the week. And it is to go ahead, well, first of all, how many of you have children? Put on here, you have kids. Say, I do, and if so, put how many. And why that's really important is because of the fact that if you have children, what is it that you guys do as parents to be able to make money fun? Just wondering. For example, okay, great. So, Limada, you do, and you have 2 kids. Isel Cadio, no children. The Anid LG has 1. Erica has 2. Let me see. Facebook. Denise has 2 kids, right? So if you have children, my question to you is, do you want your children to know about financial literacy? I'm not going to make the assumption. If I was a parent, I would say yes, right? Question, are you expecting the education system to take on that responsibility? I'm not. It is not the system. Education starts at home. Bottom line, my mom, that's one thing that I remember her saying. She goes, education starts at home, manners start at home, right? Not at school. And so it is really important that you as a parent take on the responsibility of saying, I need to take the responsibility and teach my kids the value of money, right? So that's why it's so important that you make it fun. How many of you as adults, I'm just curious to know, when you talk about money, you kind of dread it, or you're kind of scared of it, or you're like, I don't even want to talk about it. It's like, how many are you? Like, you can use a little hand. Like, I can tell you this much, if I wasn't in this industry, I probably would dread talking about money. I would. I absolutely would. But I don't dread it because of the fact that I have now a lot more information here that I can now share, not only with yourselves, with my family, and make a better financial decision for our family as a whole. So, Aurora Di Barra says, I wish I had someone teaching me about financial education when I was growing up. Yes, I actually wish I did too. I didn't learn about money at school. I also didn't, I never expected my teachers to teach me about it. I never expected my parents to teach me about it. And that's probably why I got into so much financial BS myself. But I then realized that as an adult, I now had to make choices. And that's what adulting really means, is now I get to make choices that maybe I didn't know before, and maybe I didn't have the education behind it or a mentor, but that now as an adult, I can pick up a book, I can Google something, I can ask questions. You guys have me as a resource that I can do my research before I actually make an educated decision. That's all I can do. And I think now what's happening is we're having information overload, like what is best, right? So imagine if this is happening to you as an adult, what do you think is happening to your kids, whose attention span, I'm sure, is a lot less than 5 seconds? Why do you think 5 minutes? It's probably like, this is why Instagram is only a minute videos, is because we lose our attention span, right? So how can you as a parent make money fun? right? In my financial boot camps, sometimes there is heavy material to learn upon, but it's the delivery. And how can I deliver this message in a way that it's relatable to you, that you understand? And that's really what Wealthy Wednesday has come about, is how can I talk to you about these topics that for the longest time they were taboo? They still are. Let me tell you something. I'm over that whole BS, that pre-belief, that pre-concept of, oh, money is so taboo. It's no longer taboo in my world. We're talking about it. We're addressing it so we can make better choices. Because when we say that things are taboo, okay, then we want to hide it. Remember, it's not how much money you make. It's what you make of that money. Okay, so if you're like, oh my God, I know I had someone that, and I can share this, they were delinquent credit cards. I'm like, don't be ashamed of it. Don't. Shit happens. Life happens. Things happen. Just don't do it again. Learn from it. Teach your children, you know what? Don't spend more than what you can. Always have an emergency savings. Make sure you invest. All these different things. So my question to you as parents is, how do you teach children? You want kids to learn, but you have to be willing to learn with them. Meaning you're learning how to make money fun, right? You don't have to be like, oh, we don't have money, it's so scary. It's like, no, absolutely. You know what? You want that gift or you want that toy? Absolutely. What can we do to help you create that? You got to think of them. They get to be creators. My best friend and I were just talking about this last night, is children aren't thinking for themselves, right, Veronica? And you can throw on why they're not thinking for themselves. You can back it up with all the research that you've done as an educator in the field. And so kids aren't thinking for themselves. They're letting technology think for them. Automations and this and that and the computer and Alexa. And well, let's start using our brain for something. But if you want your kids to start implementing these things, we have to teach them how to start making choices for themselves. So, okay, you want I don't know what kids want nowadays, right? You want a toy? As you're teaching them how to read and write, how you're teaching them how to walk, you're teaching them as early as possible the value, not the fear of not having it. Just because you don't have it doesn't mean that they're not going to have it. Just because your fear, you don't want to teach them the fears that you have. Remember, I said this again, and I'll say it over and over until it resonates. So I'm going to address that one right there. Don't give them what you didn't have. Teach them what you didn't know. I have a boot camp for teens. I would love to have a boot camp for teens. The problem with that is that if I'm not teaching the parents how to monkey see, monkey do. Kids learn behavior from parents. If we are not teaching this to the parents, right, then let me tell you something. Kids are not going to learn it. They're only going to learn how to become consumers because Facebook, Instagram, all other platforms have done an incredible job in learning the psychology of your child, right, to market to them. And if you're buying a ton of crap at home and they see tons of abundance of crap that you don't need, they're going to think that that is a way that they get to live, that they get to have an abundance of stuff. Facebook, are you guys paying attention to me? I'm noticing it says trying to reconnect, and I want to make sure that you guys get the message. So if you are, please give me some love, give me some hearts, not saying that. I just want to make sure that we are connected, okay? So I'm relying it on technology. Yes, Karina Franco says yes. Okay, great. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So again, what can you do? Imagine if you do. I think in the future, like this is how I think. I don't really like doing socks, the pairs. You have to put on pairs. You always have like 5 missing socks and you're like, where did they go? Why did the dryer eat them? I'm thinking in the future when we have kids and they want to earn money, I'm going to say, okay, for every sock that you do, every pair that you put together, I'm going to give you, 5 cents. Depends, right? As they get smaller, they want more. And by the way, do me a favor. If you have a daughter and you have a son, don't pay your son more than your daughter, because sometimes you're also equally hurting the whole equal pay and women should earn more and women earn less than men, because there's been a study done about people, family members, or not family, but parents will pay their sons more than they will pay their daughters. Don't do that. Pay them equal amount. Teach them as individual humans, not male-female perspective, right? Like that's not what we're teaching. So, hey son, hey daughter, here's the basket of socks. For every sock that you make, I'm going to give you a quarter if you want to earn money because you want to go buy that toy. But also know that when you buy that toy, you're going to be gone with your money. So, hey, You get to teach them how to live off of 50% of what they earn. Do you think your children would be upset at you if you taught them how to save 50% and then the rest they can blow on whatever they want? Now, if you're teaching them to earn the money and then spend it, maybe. Teach them to put 50% of their income as children, because even if they don't put 50% and they put 20 to 30% in the future, because mom taught me, dad taught me how to put 50% away and spend the rest, that's maybe too conservative. I'm going to now put 20%. Imagine if they put 20% of money away and only live off of 80%. Your kids are already winning. So set them up to win. I was talking to my best friend yesterday, and we were talking about how parents, and I'm not judging parents because I'm not a parent and I cannot speak in any of this, but a lot of the times parents forget that their children, they're setting them up either to win or to fail. And the way you show up is the way whether your kids either will fail or not. And it takes a village to raise a child. So not only do you want to take yourself, but you want to make sure that you put your community, your son or your daughter, in a community that's going to help them excel, that they're going to have the right teachers, that they're going to have the right mentors around. Maybe you do get out of the ghetto so that this way your kids can see a different perspective, that not everything is hard knocks, right? I shared this with Remo. I said, look, I'm not yuppie at all. I used to live in Walnut. I don't think I ever saw, no, maybe in 11 or 13 years or whatever I lived there, I saw one homeless person. In Whittier, completely different. He's like, yeah, but that's a normal thing. I said, I get it. But because we grew up in the ghetto, in the hood, whatever you want to call it, as I learned more, I realized I no longer want to be exposed to that. Not right or wrong. It's just, I'm okay with paying my taxes in properties that have a higher tax bracket because they have a much more controlled environment than in certain properties that don't. I'm okay with that, you see? So when it comes to financial things, if you're broke as a parent, your kids are probably going to be broke too. It's not the money, it's the mindset. Let me just answer some of these questions. So again, should there be a financial boot camp for teens? Of course. But you know why I don't focus on teens? Is because I need to focus on the parents that are teaching their kids that. We think that, yes, the children are our future. Yes, but again, our children are our future. So in order for us to make the future better, we get to be willing to do the work ourselves. We can't teach from something we haven't learned ourselves. It's not the way the law works. And I don't mean like contractual law, I mean the law of the universe. This is why, right? Certain things keep happening to you until you actually understand what is happening. So Jenny Oriana says, I had Bella save her birthday money, so when she wants to buy something, she needs to think twice if it's worth spending her money. And now that she has to spend her money, she thinks twice. Thank you, Jenny, for sharing that. Absolutely. Make your kids earn their stuff. Make them earn it. Again, is it bad? No, it's not. It's you're getting them to use this part of their brain, right? You're having them use their brain to be able to make choices, because when you are an adult and you're adulting into real world, you're setting them up to win by saying, look, honey, when you are at this age, you're gonna need to make these choices. So start choosing, start thinking, start nurturing those subconscious thoughts of your children. So yes, it's really important. So thank you for sharing there. Absolutely. Let me see what how about if they are older? Aurora, give me an age. I don't give my children allowance for helping me do the dishes, sweeping, or mopping in their share. Great. So the education there should be, you don't pay rent, but the way you actually sustain you having a household is to support in the household. Give them the education behind it. Not that I'm saying you don't, but say, look, if you in the future, when you go pay rent to house you, you're going to have to pay rent and you're going to have to do all these things. Here, the way you pay rent is by doing the dishes, sweeping, mopping, and doing your shares. So in essence, you don't have to pay for housing, because as soon as you're 18 and if you wanted to go experience what the real world looks like, guess what the real world looks like? You're probably going to go rent a room with somebody that you know. And then not only will you have to be doing your own dishes, your own sweeping, your own mopping, you're going to have to be working so you can pay for the roof over your head. Okay? You give them what they are, their chores or their share of the household, and then give them allowances of saying, look, this mopping, sweeping, doing this will take care of your living expenses. If you want to earn extra, it's like extra credit at work, at school. If you want extra stuff, extra money, maybe you go do X, Y, and Z, set it up. I don't know. Like, I would think if it was for me, I would say, you know what? Clean all the baseboards around the house. I will pay you extra money for that. I do it anyways. I have a cleaning lady that comes and cleans it for me. So if you don't want me to pay her, I will pay you as an adult, whatever that age looks like, but you got to clean every single baseboard. Those are the extra things, right? So yeah, it's important that you definitely do that. I have teen girls, 16 and 14. Wonderful, great, absolutely. But they also get to have the opportunity of making decisions when they earn money. So different things, different perspectives, make it fun. Make it fun. I know women, we have a lot of shoes, a lot of clothes. Maybe it's like, hey, help me clean my closet and I'll give you a little bit of extra money. So take the time to teach them this, because if you don't, in the future, they're going to call mom and dad for money. You're probably going to help them. Most of the time, parents do. That's not the goal. The intention is, what can I do today to create human beings that are self-sufficient, that can think for themselves when I am no longer here? You're not just thinking about, can they buy the pair of shoes and can they buy the backpack and can they buy the Starbucks? You're talking about, I'm creating human beings that are going to be a contribution to society, not just a contribution to your household. So if you want them to be a contribution to a higher purpose of the world, right, their community, they get to, now they don't have to, they get to be willing to start the work at home. So thank you for that clap. I appreciate it. So again, this is Eva Macias. Not right or wrong. You can say this woman is crazy. I don't even know why she's talking. She has no kids. You're right, I don't. I'm looking forward. It's going to be tough love, and I know it's going to be a lot of, damn, we're going to, tough love will equal that I care. Not caring is saying you do whatever the heck you want to do. You're going to do whatever you want anyways, and not caring. So I'm all about loving children unconditionally. I'm all about setting them up to win, but I'm also equally supportive in saying that I'm not just raising kids to make me proud. I'm raising children to make sure they're a contribution, okay? And with this said and done, they will be self-sufficient. So in the future for yourself as a parent, you won't have to take away from yourself to take care of your kids, because I know 50-year-old parents taking care of kids right now. Not right. I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, come on. One thing that I must honor my parents in saying is that my parents didn't give me anything. They gave me money, of course, and they gave me, some sort of they gave me what they can provide. But one thing they taught me is that if I wanted it, I had to earn it. And even though I was the youngest and I was the spoiled one, that my mom never said, we don't have it. My mom just said, maybe next paycheck, right? My sisters, every week I remember they had to do the dishes. I didn't get that. But one thing that I remember is that if the guys wanted to have money, they needed to go out and work. They worked at the liquor store. Yeah. So, I remember I wanted contacts. Guess what I did? I was in high school and I wanted contacts, and my parents could not afford contacts because in their insurance plan, all they would cover were the cheap basic glasses. So I got a job at Olin Mills being a telemarketer, phone people, would you like to buy pictures? And I would sell pictures to people so that I can afford to buy contacts. So it sounds really, really tiny, but these contacts help me over time buy my house, buy my car. And along the way, where I needed a contribution as a child was to teach me the value of money. That money wasn't always going to be coming in, and it was really important to take care of myself first by putting money away. So again, I hope that today's perspective on Wealthy Wednesday was helpful for you. And if you guys ever want to come in and meet with me, again, I would love to have you in my office, evamacias.com/contact, or just go to evamacias.com. If you're on Instagram, you can actually book directly through Instagram. The link is in the bio. And other than that, I love and appreciate all of you that are here, whether it's your first time, whether it's not, whether you're tuning in from Whittier, whether you're tuning in from California, from a different state. I appreciate you. And The next financial boot camp is going to be June 11th. So stay tuned for that, because we are going to be posting that link so you can all register. And I'm going to let you go shortly because I have my virtual bootcamp that starts in less than 5 minutes. So again, my name is Eva Macias. I would love to connect with you. I would love to see how I can be a contribution to your household. And again, if there's anything that I can be of service, I will definitely reach out. You're more than welcome to reach out. And Miss Elena, I know you're on here because I just saw that you are. I will absolutely contact you tomorrow because I have a late night tonight, but I will contact you tomorrow so we can continue our conversation. So thank you again, all of you, for your time. And I just want to say a big, happy, wealthy Wednesday. I hope that today was just a little shift of perspective and a contribution to your household. So thank you. Bye. And see you next Wealthy Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Bye.